What's up, guys? It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. So today we're going to be doing a oil change on the klr650. It's a 2017 model. Everything you're going to need for this oil change is going to be in the link in the description below. 3 quarts of Kawasaki 4-stroke oil, and the funnel with the crush ring. This all comes as a kit, and the oil filter, which I got in there, but I haven't gotten it out. Now, the 2 tools that you're going to need, 2 as of now, maybe like a small little flathead screwdriver or something like that for this guy. But besides that, you're going to need a little 8mm socket. It's not, surprise, it's not a 10mm. You're good. And a ratchet and a 17mm socket. The 17mm socket is going to be for the drain plug. 8mm is going to be for the side cap on the oil filter. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, I have a little mat here, and I got a little gallon jug, like an empty gallon. You can go to your local parts store to be able to get rid of that stuff. You can buy an oil pan or something like that, but I didn't feel like it was super necessary. So the first thing is go ahead and take off your fill cap. Okay. That guy, set it aside, and then go ahead and loosen your bolt. Get ready with the actual deal here, because as soon as you start taking that off, it's going to start leaking. So be pretty much ready to be able to put this guy under here as quickly as possible. Now, we all know this is the easiest thing to not spill, right? Insert sarcasm. Now, by squeezing that, you can see by squeezing that, it actually puts it in a position to where it's at a good spot to be able to fill completely. So I about shit my pants. It looks like it didn't fill it up completely, but it was just getting ready to touch the top, so we got really lucky on that one. Now, you do want to stand your bike up a little bit and kind of pull it to the side. I'm gonna go grab some napkins. I'll be right back. Okay, we got that organized. It worked out perfect with the gallon jug, actually. You may want to have some paper towels nearby. We got the oil filter. I will put the accurate description, the accurate link in the description below that has this oil filter. Make sure you have this one versus the metal one. Next, you're going to get that 8mm. 8mm, yeah. And then you're going to get your ratchet. Don't be ratchet, okay? And you're going to take off the little cap here. Now, keep your oil fill plug off on the bottom, just so that you can make sure you get any excess oil. I'd put some paper towels or something like that down there so that it doesn't leak anywhere. Bring that off. Get these bolts. Now, when you take this out, just pay attention to the direction that it goes in. Take it off my hand or not. Looks like we're gonna have to get a flathead to get on in there. Maybe I can get it. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so now it's coming off. You see that? Pay attention to that. Keep some paper towels nearby. There'll be a little arrow on there. Make sure that stays up. Inspect that O-ring. Make sure it still looks good. Okay, so from what I've noticed about taking stuff apart is if you don't have time to do the entire project, don't do the entire project. Taking this little guy out here, okay, your oil filter is going to go back in, but make sure the inside, the line, you see that line, that ridge on the inside, goes back on the inside, okay? I'll pop that guy in there. And then we're going to push this guy right back in there. Okay? And you'll see it fits in there pretty good, pretty snug. Don't do anything crazy. Nothing different than when you took it out. Okay? And then you've got that good to go. Make sure your O-ring's good to go. Make sure that arrow is facing up. Slap that puppy back on there. Give it a little pop. It's good to go. Throw your screws back in, your drain plug back in, and then put some oil in. When you change out the bottom drain plug, make sure you change out the crush ring. It's just a washer. I don't know why they had to make it have some special stupid name or whatever. Make sure your thing is tight and don't go crazy tight or anything like that. If it needs to be tightened up more, you can do that. It comes with a little paper funnel. Pop that sucker right there. Throw in about a quart. Let it sit for a minute. You do have a little, you're pushing for about 2.6 quarts total, okay? So we're gonna pop this sucker on there. You do have a little fill line on the side. I would be honest to not worry about that in the beginning. I like how the funnel that it comes with is smaller than a regular funnel because this is a really tight space, and if you have crash bars, it's definitely a little bit smaller. So, okay, before you start up the bike, obviously check the fill line, make sure you are getting a good amount of fluid in there. When you stand the bike up, it should be semi-full. I got about 2¼ quarts in there right now. These are a couple obvious things. Well, they should be obvious, but sometimes you overlook them when you're working on the bike. Put your fill cap back on, make sure all these bolts are tightened, make sure the actual drain plug is in, and put your bike in neutral before you start it. Silly things, I know, but sometimes we overthink the stupid shit. So, if you start your bike and you pull in the clutch, and your bike randomly takes off with you, the oil's not going to mean shit, okay? Okay, one last check, make sure everything's sealed up and tight and good to go. Stand your bike up straight and make sure that oil-filled seeing eyeglass is pretty much full, and then you're good to go. And go ahead and ride it. One last last check on our oil levels. It's pretty good. I could probably add a little bit. We'll take it a couple days and see what it looks like. And I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. This can work with most KLRs. It's pretty straightforward. Not too much to go. They recommend usually 5,000 to 6,000 miles. I'm gonna probably do mine every 3,000 miles just because it's easy. In the shop, it can cost you upwards of 100 to 150 bucks, maybe even more in your area. But this cost me $36, so I think that's a pretty damn good trade-off. And as you can see, if I wasn't making a video, probably 5 to 10 minutes of my time and a couple wrenches, no big deal. If you could, please, in the description below, go ahead and order the kit from my link. It helps me out tremendously. And also just pushing the like button. It's that easy. Have a good day, guys. Happy riding and be safe.